Hello, my name is Cleopatra the Seventh. I am one of the most remembered rulers of ancient Egypt and one of the most recognizable women in all of ancient history. I am the most favorite leader of all Egyptian rulers because, unlike the Greek pharaohs, I chose to learn Egyptian, the language of my subjects. I was greater than any male pharaoh to have ever ruled. Being the people's princess allowed me to win the hearts of my followers and build my power. Some of my fame is due to the relationships with both Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. But even those relationships were a part of my efforts to make Egypt great. My efforts to restore Egypt to the glory of my ancestors required great leadership. I strived to be different than my father. Although I was able to live a life of luxury and was well educated, I chose to learn and to speak common Egyptian. This allowed me to become closer to my subjects. Even when co-ruling with my brother/husbands, the first one died and I had to marry the second one. The people still loved me for my intelligence and my concern for them. With their support, I was the dominant ruler. When my brother exiled me for being too powerful, I began to plan a way to win back my power. My ability to assess the situation allowed me to see the potential help of Julius Caesar. I didn't like all of my dad's practices, but I did learn the value of sex appeal. I may not have been the beauty that the movies made me out to be, but my intelligence was very attractive to Julius Caesar. Because of my relationship with him, I was restored to the throne. My intelligence and leadership helped me to be resourceful in assuring Egypt's survival during drought and famine and keep Egypt out of complete control from the Romans for a while. I arranged for movement of food supplies to provide for the suffering Egyptian people during the time of crisis. I used diplomacy to keep Egypt out of the hostilities of Rome after the death of Julius Caesar. The turmoil in Rome led to my relationship with Mark Antony. I was able to explain away Egypt's support of a rival and got Mark Antony to come and spend the winter with me. My relationship with Mark Antony left me with twin boys. However, Antony left to go back to Rome and battle Octavian. Not all was bad, however. My kingdom was prospering again. With a renewed relationship with Antony, I was even given more territory for Egyptian rule. I was even put on a coin opposite of Mark Antony. My leadership skills and the power of Egypt could not, however, ward off Roman Octavian after my beloved Mark Antony was defeated after trying to take over the Parthian. Mark Antony's devotion and even marriage to me resulted in Octavian declaring war. One of my final acts of leadership was to actually command the Egyptian fleet in person when battling Octavian. Although I escaped and returned to Egypt, our forces were defeated. When the inevitable outcome became apparent, I chose suicide rather than public ridicule at the hands of Octavian. It appears that my leadership and other exploits have created a grand legacy. My legacy is my fame. Some have referred to me as the world's first celebrity. I am recorded in history on the papyrus of the historian Plutarch, as well as the journals of King Herod. At my height of my empire, my face was printed on a coin. To demonstrate how strong my legacy is, I had movies made about me in modern times. I'm even so significant that people dress up as me for Halloween. The fact that I'm so famous that people dress up as me, and I'm recorded in ancient history, should prove my legacy. My tactics to restore Egypt's greatness, although unbecoming, prove my leadership abilities. This is why I am one of the most remembered rulers of ancient Egypt, and one of the most recognizable women in all of ancient history.